Okay, I guess I'm live. I phone. Alright. I hooked my phone up to this. I mean, it's kind of fuzzy on my end, but hopefully it keeps my stream longer, I guess. Alright, I'm trying to. Okay. This down here. Okay, here we go. Alright, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna braid some of my yarn. This is like backwards, like looking at a mirror. But this is all I got. My son's stopping by because it's so hard to do arts and crafts when you have literally just you got limited things to use. I'm going to the art supply store. I have a shit ton of yarn. See how I did that? I like to try to move it like that and then I spin it. And then I take this like you make a slip knot and go this way and that way. And I'm gonna braid this, and then since in the end I didn't do my slip knot, I'm doing that. And then I take this little hook thing on this end, and there's a little hook on one of my little crystal boxes. And I'm gonna do that and braid. And I feel this might be a little easier. My painting I feel wasn't as good as my yarning. So I'm just going back to doing yarn here. But I'm gonna make these and then put them into my little hair things because it's fun to do. And you can put it in with your hair stuff. And I can show you, I got all these little clips here that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy more clips at the store. Because you could be creative with your hair supplies. You go to the store and you don't get the best deal you want, or you had an idea and they just haven't made it yet. This happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And I'm just waiting on people. And I feel this would be a more interesting stream. It seems when I did yarn stuff, everybody was happier, but I kind of missed doing my yarn stuff. So, and I'm gonna start doing more of my crystal work. So, I'm gonna start doing that. I do like doing all that. I know it's expensive craft, and sometimes I have to save up. And I've been saving up, so I figure I'll just do hair things because it's almost that time. And it has to be a day where I could do Amazon trip. Or maybe I could do perfuming and see because I'm going to a art supply store of sorts. My brother's bringing me. And I'll be doing that. But yeah, I had a incredible, crazy weekend. And it was incredibly crazy to make me want to go braiding yarn. People at work just, when they try to accuse you of crazy stuff that you didn't even do. People trying to so when someone dies, I will tell you guys this: go get all your stuff, go through all the stuff. And it seems when death happens, everybody acts their worst. They take it out on every single medical worker alive. I get that death is terrible and unforeseen sometimes, but you don't have to take it out on the healthcare workers. Love it. When your loved ones are alive, go see them more often. That's all you got to do. Because when that person passes, death, when it comes, it judges and it judges everyone in the situation. And if that person was in a bad situation with you for whatever reason, and you did harm to that person or personal or just something that is against personal stuff, that's when karma steps. Because karma comes. See, I always clip the. I'm gonna clip the end because it's a braid. But karma comes in when that person does pass, and when that person does end up passing, usually it always waits for death. I guess you can. I like to say karma is kind of like the Reaper, I guess, forces of nature. Reaper is just a force of nature that people labeled. I'm gonna make a smaller braid. You can like sit there and adjust your braids too. So I'm gonna make smaller ones. I'm gonna go back to yarn work for a while because I have all these yarn supplies, all of them. I'm just doing this too to practice slip knotting. And you just take this, do this, you wrap it here, wrap it there, and hang on, I have it too there. I like to do it where you have a lot of thing, and then pull on this one, and go over here. And then as it's nice and loose like this, you pull up, like it's almost like a noose. And this is going to be where you can like hook it. And this is a good thing, like if you want to start arts and crafts. It's a slip knot. It took me forever to learn this. To get a perfect slip knot takes a lot of practice. But I just take that and I don't cut the one end so I can hook it on places when I want to do braided art. Which I'm gonna get back to that. I just feel like I don't know, all this I wanted to paint clouds and somehow that never happened, painting clouds. I mean I painted them but it looked like a child did them and I'm trying to do my book cover. That's the thing. I'm trying to do this book cover and I don't know, I'm just so tired of waiting. That's all I do is wait. And I wait. And waiting drives me crazy. It really does. I hate waiting. And I don't know. Sometimes when you just deal with bad people, I just need to get away from medical. I'm just to the point where I just want a job that's not medical. If I can find another job that I'm good at, and I can make almost the same amount of money, I'm about just going to another field. I'm just tired of it. I don't want to go to the hospital, and I can't work in the kitchen. But I guess you could say in the middle of a midlife crisis and menopause and everything else. My son did call me today. I texted him that he forgot about me, but he assured me he did not forget about me, and he's just been really busy because he forgot. He's been forgetting to do my taxes, and I thought that he just didn't want to do them. I truly thought he just was just being an asshole, but apparently he's not. So, but he does. He said he's gonna come on my weekend. I do work weekends, but he says he's gonna come and see me. He's 30. He's married. He just had his first miscarriage with his wife. And I get it that he's been busy and stuff. He does try, but I told him don't worry about it. I'm crazy and menopausal. But this happens. It truly happens, so and I guess it's just I guess when you work at one place for so long it's exhausting because it's like you're in the middle of all the personal stuff and you got all this seniority and then all these people they want to backstab you. This is a really good this thing. It hooks over and holds my braid. I'm gonna cut another braid waiting. I kind of want to get some of this done for the day. I feel like yarning will make me feel better. When you're in the middle of these kind of crises, sometimes if you have an outlet, it's good to have an outlet. And I can actually see my cards down on this table too. So I'm gonna put this here. And it seems like everything's working better now that I have my phone connected to the computer, which is sad that I have to have all this connected all the time just to do anything, but it is what it is. All right, I'm gonna make this one. I'm gonna try to make different sizes for my hair things. I like to take it, hook it this way, and then hold it and pinch it here. And then you go here and hold it and pinch it. And then go here and come all the way down. And then you hold this end like that. And like that. And you hold on to this because this is going to be your braid. You got to start your slip knot to do a braid. And this is very important. And I kind of forgot that people probably that don't do this don't know. So I just take this. You literally take between here and here. You're holding it just like you're holding it, just like that. And then you could, if you need a more slack, you do this and you wrap it around your finger like that. And then I just go under like this. See, that's a little tight, but if you could pull it all under like that, you hold it like that, and then it slips off your finger, and then you pull it up. And keep enough on the end so you can hook it onto your whatever you're gonna hook it onto. Like I find little things around the house that have little hooks and stuff. I feel like my strength is yarning. Painting's fun, but I feel like this is my stronghold. See, I can actually take it and put it here. Oh, see that you could tuck it in there and it doesn't even move. But anything you have around the house, don't even try to go buy fancy things because it doesn't make any sense to get fancy things for this. It really doesn't. You just go and braid around this way. And then you just do all that, and you can like take them and braid them out. Like if you want to do big braids, you can do big braids. I'm just gonna do a bunch of them and set them out because it kind of is good to prepare. And I guess to get more subscribers and stuff, I need to start being on the stream longer. So I'm trying to think of some projects that are a little bit, I guess you would say, a little bit longer. And it does take longer to do like yarn and stuff. So, alright, I don't have anybody, but that's okay. At least I'm getting like a yarn stream and everything. Because I did like to do my yarn streams, but nobody really paid attention. Then, when I did get yarn streams, it was like it would differ, but then I thought to myself, why not do multi things with my craft and just have it since you can't have the TV on. And music's a very big deal because you don't know who's copyright and who isn't or who's associated with who. If you're making something with your own two hands, you're the creator, so it kind of makes things better, I guess. So I'm just going to do that and do this, and then it gives me something interesting to do because I do get bored. I mean, I would love to be jamming out other things, but it's against the rules, and I guess we have to listen to rules in life. I have rules at work, there's rules of living, rules of everywhere you go, there's rule. So you can't even blame one person or not. This is the society that we formed for ourselves, and these are the rules in our society. So, whatever we give or take in the world, we created this. It's very interesting because when you create things with your own two hands, you realize things about the world. And things about the world are things you create. And I've been talking with some people, and I guess you can't get in a homeless shelter unless you have an ID. And anyways, I guess if you're I guess on some people's ID, it doesn't come up with male or female or, the transgender thing. I don't know how that all works with the ID. But, anyways, if on their ID, like if they're presenting themselves, like if they're female born or whatever, how that goes. But, anyways, when this happens and a homeless shelter see these guys, a lot of times they get turned down. And they're forced to do a lot of things on the street. And I guess there's a lot of stuff going around about it. And I feel it's a bad act of humanity to make somebody do really bad stuff because they weren't even given the opportunity to be saved. And the Bible does say don't judge unless you want to be judged. So I guess in that I feel bad because the racism I feel, this is just a theory of mine. I have many, as you guys know. I'm making another slip knot. I do this, and then you pull up a little this way. I always pull up sometimes a little that way because you want to make sure all of these get through, or you can send your finger through this way. Slip knots are it took me a month to learn slip knots. They're very pesky things. But anyways, getting to this racism thing, I feel we want to be racist towards some things because we don't like things that are different. Because we're coming off all this racism between black and white. And people are becoming less racist about it. And it's a thing where now it's skin color is pretty much almost equal now. And people just didn't want to be happy, I guess, with everything being nice and harmonious. So now, as that happened, everybody is hating on the LGBT community. And I feel it's like a big racist thing. I mean, so what if you're bisexual? So what if a man loves a man? So what if a woman loves a woman? Does it really matter? I mean, life's hard enough. I'm trying to keep track of my kids and organize live streams and go to work and take care of my dog. And I don't really find time in my life where you would have time to be racist against anything. And I get it that special moments are always what we kind of strive to do and be and this and that, but OMG, I mean, can't things just eventually stop? I don't get it. I really don't. I guess people just want something to hate. I guess if you want something to hate in your life, I don't know. Maybe that's how it goes. Who knows? I don't know. I wish I knew more about the world. I'm over here trying to figure out what's going on with the world because I'm trying to think. There's nobody listening. This must be the time of day. But see, I gotta do. Maybe by the time I'm done with my first spread or something, I'll get somebody. But I don't know how you guys feel about the whole thing. I feel that we want to hate somebody all the time. And I feel that's how things are. I feel like sometimes that's how this world is. We want to hate somebody. And the minute that I guess humanity wins and one group of people aren't enslaved, I feel we try to hate something else just to enslave another group of people. I feel it goes with grouping. And they try to like make people hate people for no reason. I could be wrong. I honestly could, and I could be right. I don't know. But I feel, especially for groups of different kinds of people that was once enslaved or just pointed out, I feel like they should be the ones to stand up for the new target group that's going to endure the same abuse. And the thing is when one group gets out of that kind of context of being, then they decide to be judgmental and be just like the people that judge them. And it's not right. And I guess if you're just coming off, you know, freshly off being where people were racist to you, I mean, if it's fresh, you're not going to be too racist, but then you can spread it by just saying, like, calling someone FAG. And I know in in the LGBT, that things like the FAG word and stuff is hurts them as much as the N word. But somehow I don't know why it kind of is allowed. And sometimes the people that were the most oppressed are the ones doing it. And it's crazy. Why would if you knew you were in the same shoes, why would you do the same thing again? I guess that's my question of the day. I mean, I got these big clips because I want to put these through these little holes here. I might just put this way. Because of these ends, I want to make it look like a little braid. See, I'm just going to take this and just tie it on here. And then take this where the other slip knot is and that. So it looks like you have little tiny braids coming down. Like that. I want to make this just for like if I want to like, because I love black hair. I think black hair is so pretty. If I just want to have little black braids. These are becoming popular. Yeah, I have it through both. You could probably, I'm going to hook this to this side. But yeah, I just wanted to pass that through and what you guys feel about all this racism stuff. Because, say I'm hooking in there, and then this goes there. I'm just going to have it to where it's like one big kind of hair piece. These are kind of pricey online. They really are. And I don't know. I mean, I feel that if people knew how to make really nice pieces of yarn without having to go on Amazon, you could switch up whatever color you want because yarn has a lot of different colors. Oh my god, does yarn have colors? I mean, I just want to do it for fun things. But yeah, I'm gonna take that, slip that out. There. It looks like little pieces of hair this way, but I mean, it doesn't look real, but it's fun. And maybe I'm gonna see if I can get real hair and start doing this with the hair clips. I'm gonna start with yarn because some of the stuff does get pricey. And then I gotta go see about this hair because I'm gonna start braiding hair and putting them in clips. I don't know how I could braid the hair and put in clips. See that's gonna be a project there. And I'm just gonna cut that out. Like and then this way you have it, and like let's say you wanted like the black braids coming down for an outfit, I'm gonna put more and hook it on here, but I'm gonna have like bigger hair pieces with different ones. Those are the goals. And this should take me a couple hours, so braiding and yarn stuff always did take me longer. So I don't want it longer. You could put like real long ones. You can like make it any size you want, honestly. And then I gotta go through in here. And you want to keep looping with these. Because you want to be able to have two slip knots. And then you cut it even over here. Like that. And then right here, you take that, hold it, and then take it on the inside of your hand, right here. And then you go around your finger. I like to go around this finger. And then I pull up a little this way on there. And then I come around here and do that. There. There you go. And then I'm going to cut this other slip knot like that. Then I got my little hook thing from my crystal chest. just do this and pull it under like that. Alright. Good. Here we go. So I keep doing, I'm gonna do like a couple more and try to finish like a couple of these. I feel that would be fun, and then I'll just buy more hair clips and then just have them all preset. I mean, maybe eventually I could sell some of these if I wear them. Who knows? It's possible. I'm thinking about it. And then I need ropes for my crystals anyways. I like to do crystal ropes. I mean, these are fun to do. And I always was thinking about doing the other way. And then I was so obsessed with crystals. It's like, I need to go to the craft store and do that because they do have like a lot of different color yarn. I got yarn for days, days, and days. Thanks to my resident that passed away. This is always the hardest part about healthcare is they always talk about how it's hard to, but for the families. It's really hard for us too because we took care of these guys for so many years, so many. And then when they pass, we go through our stuff, but we get discarded a lot. And it eventually takes its toll on you to where you just, I think there's a cap in how long you could be a nurse as much as you could be an aide. I really do. And I feel these caps are just put in a lifetime. The older the nurse, the more grouchier they are. This is why I have my arts and crafts and my things. I feel like if I don't have an outlet with the job I have, I'm gonna go crazy. I really do. I don't handle stress very well. I would be the worst nurse on the planet. I really would. So, oh, hello. I got somebody. I'm still doing tarot card readings. I'm hoping you could see good today. I was able to hook my phone up that has my Microsoft app with the computer, and it seems to be holding better. It's not shutting down because it's an older computer. So, I mean, I'm hoping you can see it good, but I'm gonna finish up this here, and then I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm making this. This is like all backwards, but anyways, I'm making these. I'm making hair barrettes with like hair extensions, and I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe perhaps doing real hair, but I don't not real hair, but I mean I know how to braid my hair, but I'm thinking about getting real hair from the store. But I think they have different kinds. Maybe real hair is expensive. I don't know. But I know they have yarn hair. But I figured I feel that this would be fun for clips. And it shows like, and I want to do black because I wear a lot of black. So, and I do love yarn. I do love knitting. I am a knitter. Whenever I'm stressed out, knitting is my outlet. Or braiding or just yarn in general. I love yarn. I love everything about it. I think about what I'm going to do with the yarn. There's not one thing I hate about yarn. And I love that it's cheap and you get so much for your buck. And then you're going to come in and make a slip knot over. You're just going to, it's not a slip knot, but you're just going to tie this on. Because this is what we're attaching to the hair thread. And you go up here. I go through and then pull it up like a slip knot. That's what I do because I'm so used to slip knots. And then I cut all this excess. And then I'm pulling it off here. And on this slip knot on this end, I'm cutting this so it looks like a actual hair you braided in. This is where you ended your braid. So that's how I'm doing that. And then I got these old clips around the house I'm practicing with. And especially the ones that are here that are ridiculous, that are so big it looks like you have this like huge clip on your head. I'm taking these and just tying these. The one end that's not like this, so it looks like actual braid. And then you put it in here and just tie it real tight. It just becomes a part of the hair thing. And then you could put it anywhere on your head, and then you can have all these hair extensions always on here, and then you have your own hair piece. And you can do any color. I'm just doing black because I feel since I got brown hair, it'd be better. So, all right, and now I'm making another braid. I'm gonna make a bunch. I want to make several. I'm still doing tarot card readings. The cards are right here. I need to do something in my stream so I don't lose my mind because it gets boring over here waiting for questions and all that. May I add? I guess. I mean, if you got a question, you could put your question. Or you could just give a suggestion or just we could talk. But yeah. I mean, I now that I got the computer thing going where I'm not struggling to keep internet, I could probably come over here and I'm seeing the comments a lot better. I really am. But this is how I make these braids here. I will take this and then you come around, keep that line, and I hold this on this end real tight. Don't let this go. And then you cut that. And then you got to start a slip knot. All right, I'm holding. These are so easy to make these little baby braids. I take this, here's my hand here, and you go over the top of your palm and out this way. And just like that, like pointing at somebody, just like that. And then you pull up a little here. I pull up on the other end of my finger, and then I pull it through, staying by my finger. And I'm right-handed, so if you're left-handed, you would just. But I've watched some left-hander people that were knitting, and I was able to adapt it. But I mean, if it's helpful, it's helpful. So, and I take this. It was my crystal box. It's one of these hook things here. And anyways, here where it hooks. All right. And then I'm just closing it so I can start braiding down. And there you go. I mean, and it gives you a nice snug grip. All right. And I'm going to pull this back a little. And then I take this and I just cut the other part of the slip knot. And then you can braid. And it's the easiest way. You could take breaks. And I notice people are buying hair like this. And they probably got a bunch of machines that do it, but you can with like. I'm gonna put as many as these on that I feel like would be good for somebody that kind of wanted like a lot of hair to look like in a certain spot. Like if they had a really pretty sweater that was that color or something, to come down and cascade over your actual hair. I feel this would be really pretty. So, I, so this way I feel it takes away some of the questions that apparently are restricted by YouTube. And I get a lot of those, a lot, all the time. And I feel that my streams aren't going well because I'm trying to keep up with the random questions and they get restricted later. So it's a 2 minute delay. This gives YouTube enough time to take out the questions that really are trollers or just not significant or just not up to community standards because I seem to be attracting a lot of traffic in this way. And I guess this is what this is the YouTube life, so I'm okay with it. So I decided to put in slow mode because if people want to troll me, it's okay. And I'm okay with the trolling, but I don't want to sit there and give up a good stream of questions that really weren't relevant or just somebody messing with you to not have a good video because that doesn't make sense. But I don't know. It really kind of hit home, I guess, with my friend dying at work, my resident friend, and then hearing my other friends say that anybody in the LGBT community is not allowed in a homeless shelter. So if you think about it, you got people out there that are exposed to the elements. There's coyotes eating, attacking people and animals, and you're taking a whole group of people and saying you got to sleep outside. And they're not even allowed to have one night in a bed. I mean, where has humanity went? It really bothers me. And that really truly does bother me. Everybody is so cold-hearted. I mean, when you deal with enough cold-hearted people, I guess you're just down in knitting and arts and crafts because I'm not trying to be like them. But I don't understand why everybody has to hate on certain people and why people can't just live as one. I mean, John Lennon had it right. He really did. All right, I'm taking this around my hand like that, same way as you slip knot. It pretty much is another slip. And then you put this under like this. And then if you make like these are easy slip knots because you don't have so much yarn 'cause it's already braided out. You just pull it back real tight and slip knot it on that end. So, and then this end, okay, we'll just do this end. I'll just cut this way. 'Cause I don't want all these spare pieces of yarn right there. I find it silly. And take this end here. But it made me sad. And I can see why, all these political ads are going crazy because you got people, because I live in Ohio. We're talking about conservatives want to help this person. Conservatives, I get, or whatever, liberation people, what is No, they want liberal. Liberal was the word. Sorry. Okay, where was I? Oh, I gotta. You gotta. I'm just literally just regularly tying these because when you get to here, I'm just on this really big area of my hair clip. I'm just tying it. And the thing is, to be liberal, you're supposed to. I guess you're not. You're. I guess in Ohio they want us to not care about people's lives. I mean, I don't understand. But yeah, this is kind of pretty. See down here, and I'm gonna do another one now. I'm just gonna keep doing this. But if you have a question, just wait like 2 minutes on the stream, and I can answer it. And I feel I'll get better quality answers. I mean, better quality questions in general. I just kind of even out and get it as long as I want my braids. I don't want these super long. I cut my hair short, so I can't have a hair clip with longer hair than what I have. That would be silly. But I take this and just kind of scoop it up this way and then hold that on and go down here. And then I hold this like that. And then cut that. All right. All right. Now I'm going to put my hand out like this. And then just around your index finger right here, take that. And then you could go under this way. You get to take this finger, whatever you need to do, just scoop this through like that. And it does take practice. Even to do these damn slip knots takes practice. It took me like 2 months to get these down perfect. It really did. And I'm going to stay on here for the entire hair thing. And I got a hook here. I got a little box hook, one of these old fashioned ones here. And I'm just hooking it on the inside here with the hook here, and then closing the box. And then I got a firm hold where I can start braiding. Kind of holds my braid. I feel that this might make me feel better for the day. Thinking getting a whole hair braid. Oh, I did. Oh my god, I broke a golden rule. I didn't cut the other part of the slip knot. Oh, so you could braid. There we go. Now I'm ready. All right. And then you just start braiding. And I think this would be fun for women. Because women are always trying to look prettier or look better because they all want to be beautiful. Every woman wants to be beautiful, but honestly, men care more about the inside than the outside. You can meet a lot of good people if you're open minded and non judgmental. There's always going to be those that want to take advantage of you, and they do all the time. They take advantage of you. I just try to stay happy and focused every day. Every day. I try to let all the negativity in my day go because I feel if I don't, I'm gonna like lose myself sometimes. So, I mean, it's just what it is. So, it's life, and everybody tells me this, but I don't want. I guess I don't like the closed-minded people because they could make a good situation bad. They can make something go from positive to negative in 5 seconds. And I guess that's what makes the world a horrible place. Is you have all these closed-minded people And when it comes to money, oh my God, do they argue. They never stop with the arguing with money. Not ever. I don't know why everything we gotta argue over paper or how many numbers are in our bank account. I don't understand. I don't understand where this becomes an issue in the world. It tears us apart. It really does. Because you always die poor. You never die rich. This realm really doesn't matter. But people, I guess, don't think that when they die, maybe they think they're not going nowhere. I don't know. Why would you care so much about money if you actually believed in God? 'Cause God doesn't charge you to go to heaven. The devil doesn't make you pay cover charge for hell. So why would money be so important in this realm is beyond me. I guess I just don't understand these things. I can't make sense of any of it really. But I'm only one person in the world. And I guess if this realm does end, hopefully it's quick. I mean, and the thing is when the realms do end, the good people don't come back right away. Right before a realm ends, they just leave the ones that cause the problems behind. That's what generally happens. That's why they say going to heaven or hell. A lot of times, souls from the darker regions will always be recycled until the end of a realm because you just keep causing negativity and they're trying to protect the righteous. And I guess that's what would happen. So you have all the dark blooded people, with dark souls being regenerated lifetime after lifetime until they learn their mistakes. And then when the realm does end, a lot of times, heaven does send good souls down. Generally, they're the more protected ones with the more protected path. And when the realm ends, you're the last one to be saved. Especially if you were the one that caused all the problems, heaven diverts away from you. That's the thing. People don't understand that heaven literally won't protect you because they're trying to protect all the other people from you. And you become the person that God's trying to protect everybody against. But then at the end, you want God's help. I don't understand that. I mean, God has a job like everyone else to help us. All right, I'm doing another slip knot now. And I bring it over like this. I'm taking this, loosening it up, loose as a goose. Then you take here and pull all of these three strings out here because this would be the end of your braid that you braided and put it here. I mean, people say the demons are coming from hell. I don't think they actually went anywhere, honestly. They didn't. They didn't go to hell. They just got reborn over and over again because God was waiting for them to learn their lesson and they never learned it. They just keep doing it over and over and over again. And God is the whole universe. So it's like a replay all over again. And then I'm going to do the same thing to here in these holes in these areas. But I like to think of religion kind of like and relate it to our realm because that's how I understand it the most. See, I just looked at it right on there. And I got this. They could pull these babies around anywhere when she got it on this clip. I mean, it's very artistic and it's very cheap. I'm gonna do this whole clip, so it might take me like 2 hours. But yeah, I was deeply thinking about that question that all the spiritualists have predicted. And they have predicted that this world is ending. And I guess the only thing is, I guess every dimension and universe does come to an end. And maybe things like this are more prevalent when we're closer to the end. Like how nice we are to each other. I'm gonna make a small braid on here because I kind of like my hair's all different lengths. So then you just take your hand and I take my index finger and I do this and I pull up back here and come in here and then come through this way. There, here we go. And then you got your slip knot. And like I said, I make it look easy, but when I first started this not too long, oh God, when I first started YouTube not too long ago, I was terrible at everything when it came to yarn. But I loved it and I had a passion for it, so I kept doing my painting from time to time. But maybe I could paint and do the borders of things with my yarn. I don't know. I'll figure something out that I could do well with it. So, but But yeah, I feel like if you cause the negativeness, it's like you keep reliving it. Just like Hitler, he caused what he caused in World War II with all those Jews. My thing, I guess, is I think he got reborn right away. I really do, because they would, whatever you cause to others gets brought on to you. It really does. And it's just a part of karma. And the easiest prey for someone that is cold hearted would be the innocent. And that's why they always target the innocent. And it's true. I mean, just because someone says it's good to be one way or the other, you should be the way you want to be and what your heart tells you to be. I mean, I could be very negative with things that have happened to me in my life, but I'm not, because I feel that it's better to try to stay positive than be negative all the time. Because I don't want my soul to have to relive all this negativity or things. I really don't. They say sometimes there's been some priests, different religions that have said sometimes if you, let's say you abuse women. Some people say that karma could bring you back as a woman so you can live and being abused by a man. Some people say these are our own personal prisons. So, I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on what you believe. Because if we were truly in heaven and not in a judgment area, we wouldn't have all this free will. Because if we were in heaven, everything would be good and there would be no worries. So maybe we are in hell. Who knows? Maybe this is where we go to see where we go. I mean, I don't know. It could be that way. And maybe it's what you really feel inside is what you get judged with. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'll probably be dead in like 20, 30 years. Hopefully, it's a quick death. I always hope for a quick and painless death. But if it's not, it's not, and it'll finally be over. But you take this index finger and go this way, pull up this way. Always pull up in the back because if you don't have enough room for some of these slip knots, oh my god, is it hell on earth. And you take this while it's nice and loose and pull it back. And you just keep pulling back like that. Then you just unhook my little box. And then I like to cut this on because it's easier to tie it to a clip or it doesn't look all messy. Because I have my nice slip knot, it's not going nowhere. And I'm going to take my hair thing and I'm going to fill this and shove it in every little area so I can get a lot of braids in here. You get it like that. You're just simply making a knot and tying it and pulling it back tight and getting it on the hair clip like that. And you have all the room to shove all you can in here. I mean, I've had these clips around and I have no use for them because they're so big. And I feel that they're very useful for this. They're nice. Anyways, we're going to do more because I want to get a whole thing like I got a whole little hair piece. Realizing how thing. Oh, yeah, you can have a reading. I'm still doing those. It's just sometimes, I'm not very popular over here. I'll flip up. Yeah, but I'm not very popular over here, so, and I like to do my arts and crafts and I like to do certain things, so I put things together because this is my spare time. Because, when you work all the time and you're 50 years old and your kids are older, and the husband's at work and you have your 4 days off, it's like, why not? So, and I do love yarn work. I love it. Love it. It's like one of my favorite things to do. All right, MMC. All right, see, this is better because I'm getting questions that they'll get restricted and I can't get it on my end. But at least with this way, if they were going to block whatever questions, they blocked them. Because I'm not trying to have hands with YouTube. I have enough problems in my life. I'm not trying to make them angry, so. But I'll give your general reading MMC. I like that. MMC. It's like you're one of those boxers. I get to meet fun people over here because I just work and go to work and back and talk to my son and the husband, and that's it. And then maybe a friend or two. But MMC, you're right now in a first quarter mode. And this is where your commitment's being tested. And I feel your commitment is being tested in a relationship of some sorts. And a relationship could be just anybody that, I don't know, that you fancy, that you have feelings for, that you're spending a lot of time with. Commitment, that technically, spirits find this a relationship. If you work with someone every day and talk to them, they find that a relationship too. They're like that. They don't understand us. But anyways, your commitment's being tested with a loved one and also at work. And I guess I'm right here too in this first quarter mode. I mean, our commitment's always being tested at a relationship. That's what keeps it strong. But anyways, you have a fixed moon surrounding you, and this just means technically that you have vision and you're unsure about something, and it's saying to hold it and don't let anybody take away your joy and your visions and your happiness. And today, I'm making hair things and nobody took my joy away, and I'm still making my hair extensions. So, but that's just my way of my joy and happiness. Hopefully, it's not drinking too much. But, anyways, you're also surrounded by a full moon in Pisces. And that just means that the spirits want you to just balance out your budget, get practical things and start getting things that make sense and get in tune with your inner spirituality. Sometimes, you zone out, you get too much involved with human stuff and the store and holidays, you forget about other stuff. But I mean, that's what I'm seeing. And I mean, do what I'm doing. Just save your money and hold your vision, and whatever your vision is of something you want to do or achieve, you can go ahead and you can do it, but have a plan. I mean, time very very precious and it's not guaranteed every day. So you got to make the best of each day because death is one big judgment day for everybody. They see you for what you are. This is what death does. Death makes you're born naked and you die naked because everything that you had when you were human is gone and the only thing left is your soul. And given that, I'm making another slip knot over here. I'm just evening this out and make yourself a loop right here. And down that way, make another braid. But yeah, given all that, if you're gonna meet your judgment, you might as well not have paperwork on the way there. I feel you can make good money as an insurance agent. I'm just making me another slip. I'm making a ton of these. But anyways, I feel you can, but you're gonna have to invest money and save a little and maybe get a small clientele. And you're gonna have to start out small, but I think you can. And maybe that's the commitment and the vision they were talking about. And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm doing the same thing with my book. I gotta probably my cover art's probably gonna have to be AI at this point because I can't paint. But I think you could. And honestly, don't die with any regrets because when you die with regret of something you wanted to do and you didn't get to do, it's sometimes the worst fate of all. Because life is so precious. See, that's why it's terrible to let your time being taken away from you. Because time is precious. A friend from work told me that, and it was the most wise advice that I've ever heard. And he was right. You get paid for time. Oh, you're welcome. You get paid for time and everything. So, it, I mean, enjoy the time you have and try to prepare for the end. But yeah, you're going to be a great insurance agent. I feel it. I like to see the positive in everybody. But I met a nice friend today. I'm very excited. I don't get to meet very nice people all the time, and he seemed very nice. Sometimes nice people in the world are they're just hard to find because there's so many bad things going on in the world. So many judgmental people out there. And while everybody's arguing about holding on to their precious belongings, there's people dying in horrible ways. And then all you hear is it's terrible to talk about it. I don't like to hear about it, makes me sad. Sometimes you got to hear about things that make you sad because if it upsets you or makes you sad, there's something wrong with it. That's our that's your inner self saying there's something wrong with what somebody's doing. But then we're conditioned to do certain things. I mean, the military has these practices. They do the same damn thing. So, oh, it is. Time is very precious. It's very precious, and you can't let people steal your shine. I call it stealing my shine. But yeah, you got to literally live every moment. We don't know. I mean, I have died, but I only seen death for a few minutes, and a few minutes, I mean, it could have been seconds. I don't even know when they brought me back to flatline me, but it was very, it was like going to the biggest event of your life and you were scared, and then one person appears that's mine came as my mom. Why do they come as family members? Maybe it's because they're not your family members. Maybe they're trying to find out what's really in your soul. I don't know. I mean, and I may never know until I'm fully dead and not brought back. But I'll tell you, I felt a lot of judgment. And the one thing I did learn from that realm was be good, make good use of your time. I felt a lot more, and it made me to get more involved with myself to want to make other people to try to be better people. I mean, I came back with a mission to try to help other people, and sometimes I get persecuted for being nice all the time. Everybody wants me to be more mean or be more this or be more that. I don't want to die again knowing that I did terrible things to people. And if it means that I don't get a car or I don't get certain things, I'm okay. I really, really am. And it's okay if I don't get an expensive meal. As long as I can put together a meal, I'm okay and I'm happy with it because it humbles you to die. It's a humbling feeling to be dead and come back. It you it puts life in perspective. And I guess it took that for me to get where I am now, so I don't regret it. I don't regret. All right, I'm gonna make me another slip knot. I don't regret giving my car money so my dog could be saved and he could be a service dog. I don't regret it. I could have a car right now, but I thought $1,000 meant more to Chong than me. So I foregone a car and made my dog a service dog 2 years ago, and that's it. And I don't regret it. Yeah, people think it's silly because I either got to walk or pay for rides, but Chong has given me so much in my life. I feel life is more important than our own personal money. I want to say the material stuff. The material stuff means nothing in death, nothing. See, I'm just putting all these here. It's just gonna be a fun clip. I figure I could do my kind of thing with this. But I mean, there's a lot of people that now that I've been kind of coming out on social media, like at work, I must have a presence or something. They come and they tell me about what Jesus said or what God said to them. And the thing is that I have this up here. I'm sure you've seen enough of this. But yeah, they tell me that they know that I'm okay because God told them. And I have that happen a lot at work, a lot. And when something bad happens to me at work, it's like a miracle happens and somehow I get saved and everything's okay. So I continue doing my good things because I feel that, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. But I had a friend tell me when you come out and you let you really accept it, that the world needs, the world's not, we're in judgment and this and that. You open up to different elements and your mind opens up. So I'm thinking about maybe that's why I got more intuitive after I died. Possibly. I don't know. It could be. And I truly don't know. And the thing is, you won't know till you're dead, and then you won't remember it when we come back again, whenever that is. Because you got to remember that. When we come back, we're not going to remember this. I don't remember my past lives. I just know this life I'm going to do the next life. Maybe I'll find one of these YouTube videos in my next life. Possibly. Because as much as this is anything, it's just it's a blogging thing of my last years of my life since I figure 50 we're on borrowed time. So 50 until however I live, I'm gonna try to blog and be over here and do tarot card readings. And I don't have enough money to really help anybody, but I can help with advice and try to spread positivity because no matter what you do, there's always something negative on TV. So, uh, honestly, I don't. I mean, I don't need the cards for everything, for like little things like that. I don't see you getting a card from charity, but I see you getting a job and maybe getting a bike or something. But I don't see you getting a job. I mean, I'm sorry, the car right away. And it happens like that. I don't have a car. And I just literally I found a bike next to our garbage. I have an apartment, and sometimes if someone has something that works good, but they want to donate it, but people don't really see each other, or they just stay in their apartments. They put them, and I had an old bike. I put it over there, and then if nobody takes it, the maintenance and all that, they throw it in the dumpster. But I found a really nice one someone threw away, and I I'm gonna have the tires fixed, and that'll be one way of me getting home. But I do see you finding a small job, but you're gonna have to budget your money. So, but that has nothing to do with spirits. That has everything to do with just society. The spirits doesn't agree with everything that humans do. The spirits would have us all not have money. We would just everyone would have a job, everybody would eat and go to sleep and take care of the kids, and we'd live like a tribe if it was up to the spirits. The spirits don't like stores, they don't like factories because it hurts the environment. And spirits are very connected with the earth. When you do something to hurt the earth, you upset the spirits. And when you hurt a lot of group of animals for makeup or this or that, they start getting pissed off. And really, everything that's living, especially like on the earth, is an extension of God. That's why it's such a sin to hurt an animal or anything on this earth. It's one thing if it's for protection or for food, but if it's for anything else, that's an automatic sin. And that's a sin that pretty much gives you a very bad fate. I would hate to be on the negative end of that used to sell dogs into those battles for those bait dogs and everything because you don't know what is one of you when you come across a spirit animal because we all have one. There's spirit animals everywhere. And they're for other people sometimes. It's not always for you. You can come across a spirit animal that's from somebody completely different. And that spirit animal gets hurt, judgment's already started, my friends, with this. And it's bad, but this is what happens. But I figure since nobody's listening and I am on zero, I'm gonna end this and come back and then finish his hair thing when I come back and just kind of refuel now that I'm feeling a little better. Thank you so much for the 2 thumbs up because you're great. And if you like my little arts and crafts that I do in my streams as I'm doing tarot things, this kind of method, I'm going to be doing these as I do it because it helps me. So I'm going to go ahead and end this and I'm going to come back because it's my first day of my 4 days off. And thank you so much. And when I come back, you'll see me if you're subscribed. So have a good day.